do? What's happening? You are now tuned in, ear to the streets, January 28th. Let's get to it. I'm crunk today, y'all. You wanna know why? Cause a bunch of rich white dudes on Wall Street are losing money and a bunch of regular people are making money. And that's always a good thing. Now, to really get an idea of what's going on with GameStop and AMC and all the other companies I'm sure you've been hearing about, you gotta understand what it means to short a stock. For perspective, let's compare it to the weed game. The plug, those are brokerage companies. The weed, those are stocks. Marcus, he's a hedge fund. Let's say Marcus borrows a few ounces from his plug because he thinks he can sell them to a white boy who doesn't know any better for a high ass price. Let's say 300. So in Marcus's mind, he can borrow the ounces, sell them to the white boy for 300, buy them back cheaper, return them to the plug, and then pocket the difference. Now, if Marcus can find some ounces for less than 300, perfect, the plan works. But if he can't find any for less than 300, that's where the problem begins. And that is what's happening in the GameStop situation. A bunch of hedge funds borrowed a shit ton of GameStop shares, immediately sold them because they assumed the price would drop, they could buy them back cheaper, pocket the difference, keep it moving. The problem is, somebody with a little too much free time noticed the hedge funds were doing this, so they hit a Reddit thread and convinced tens of thousands of people to buy GameStop shares to make the price go up and make hedge funds lose money. Quick refresher. Stock prices work like supply and demand. The more people sell, the lower the price goes. The more people buy, the higher the price goes. Knowing this, they wanted to buy up a whole bunch of GameStop shares to intentionally raise the price. Let's take this example. Let's say you short a stock at $20, so you borrow it at $20. If the stock price goes down to $10, perfect, you can buy them back, sell it, pocket the $10 difference. Now, if it goes up to $70, now you're $50 in the hole. If it goes up to $100, you're $80 in the hole. Now, if it goes up to $350, which GameStop did yesterday, now your ass down bad. Remember, the plug wants his ounces back. He don't give a damn how much you gotta pay to get them back. He just needs to make sure that you bring them back to him.
How much you got left?
Man, I got a lot.
You still ain't sold that weed, Smokey?
And I'm trying to, Worm. Niggas are broke these days.
And there's no limit to how high a stock price can go. So at some point, the hedge funds had to find this out the hard way. Now, you may be wondering, why not just wait till the price drops? I mean, if you borrowed a stock at $50 and you see the price raised to $100, why would you buy it back then instead of just holding on to it and waiting for the price to drop? Two reasons. One, the price may never drop. Your ass gonna be looking stupid. And for two, eventually, after the brokerage companies see how much debt you're in, they gonna be on your ass about that bread.
You saw that, bud?
I sold something.
Well, give me the rest. Somebody want a couple 20s around the counter.
Nah, this bullshit. You know I sold that shit.
You count on my money.
Huh?
And that's because it can get to the point where a person or company owes a brokerage company so much that they just claim bankruptcy so they don't have to pay the bread. And then the brokerage company is shit out of luck. So before it gets to that point, they'll force you to pay.
Oh, shit!
Instead of cutting their losses early while they saw the GameStop price rising, they just assumed it would stop, and it never did. And as of yesterday, people who shorted GameStop stock have lost over $23 billion, which is a good thing. Why? Because you'd have to be a goddamn fool to care about multi-billion-dollar hedge funds losing money. Plain and simple. And now you got a bunch of rich people on Wall Street crying, talking about how it needs to be regulated. Nah, motherfucker, you was preaching all that free market shit earlier. Don't switch up now. And it's kind of ironic that a hedge fund, which is literally just a bunch of rich people who put their money together to invest, are mad that a bunch of regular people are putting their money together to invest. It's like now that they're getting beat at their own game, they want to take their ball and go home. Hedge funds and big financial institutions have been treating the stock market like a casino as long as the stock market has existed. They've taken hella risk, and when they lose, it's usually regular people who have to pay the price for it. Just like the 2008 financial crisis. Wall Street took big risks, lost, crashed the whole fucking economy, got bailed out, and regular people had to pay the cost for it. Now that the shoe's on the other foot, let them suffer. That was part 1. Tune in tomorrow for part 2 where we discuss where we go from here. And in the meantime, I'm gonna keep my ear to the streets. See y'all tomorrow.